Hey guys, this week's keto grocery haul. I'm gonna give you the quick rundown, show you everything that I bought, and some tips and some new ideas that I find along the way. Come check it out. So, first of all, for all this, we'll see if I can get it on the picture. Under $80. Now that's if you take this out of the picture, but I guess it's keto friendly, so we can talk about it too. But yeah, this is for about 6 or 7 days. We are having people in town this weekend, a family of 4, so they'll participate in some of this stuff too. And I don't even have out here, I have 4 packs of this chicken that's included in this too. I already put some in the freezer. But yeah, let me give you the quick rundown of what's for all the keto meals this week. So almost every week I get the rotisserie chicken. This one's going to turn into some buffalo dip for a big group event that we're doing this weekend on Saturday. We're all going curling. So I'm bringing that as a snack. And then Friday night, we're making a meal for like 7 adults and some kids, but it's really the adults that'll be eating. And if you go to Target, if you ever see, it's a day of, you can say, it's best by March 1st. I stock up on this stuff. So I got 2 organic chicken breasts for under $5. So I did that 4 times, and I put the rest in the freezer, and I'm going to cook this tonight. But for the meal on Friday, I'm making, same thing I did last week. It's so easy, you guys. You literally just take this Rana portobello mushroom sauce, pour it over chicken, bake it in the oven. Super, super freaking easy. And there's a recipe. I've posted it before on the page, but I'm making it for everybody as one of the side dishes. And it's a really simple Brussels sprouts casserole. And you put Brussels sprouts, some cooked bacon, probably about half of this, some heavy whipping cream, and some shredded cheese. That's about it. Guys, it's like the best Brussels sprouts I've ever tasted. So I'm making that for one meal. For another meal, spaghetti squash. If you haven't ever tried it, it's finally in season and I can finally find it in the stores. If you cut it in half, rub a little olive oil on it and bake it open face in the oven for, I can't remember how long. It's a pretty good amount of time. But once it's done baking, you just scrape it with a fork and it creates these little noodle-like things, and you can use it as spaghetti or just as a side dish. But what I'm going to do is turn it into a breakfast casserole. So I'm going to do some sausage, cheese, a couple eggs. I might put some bacon in there too, and I'm going to make a breakfast casserole out of it. I'm really excited about it. Think about, I guess, how some people do like a hash brown breakfast casserole. I'm going to do that and put spaghetti squash in it instead. Could be interesting. One night, I'm going to make some Italian beef burgers and vegetables. And another thing I'm going to do is roast some asparagus in the oven. And if you take eggs and boil them and then chop them up almost like you're going to make egg salad, but just use the eggs and sprinkle them on top of the asparagus. And then you also use some of like an egg yolk if you haven't cooked it. Mix it with a little bit of oil and some lemon juice and a little bit of cream. Make almost like a sauce. I think that's how I did it before. But I'm going to pour that over the asparagus and make it look all fancy. Let's see. And then everything else will just kind of get me through. All these things I end up using as leftovers. I'm a leftover queen. And if you went and looked in my fridge right now, I can show you that in a minute. There's still tons of stuff left from the week stock up I did 8 days ago. I went and looked to make sure what date it was, and it was on the 22nd that I bought last week's groceries. So the other stuff that's kind of like my must-haves, I do a lot of salads. I do a lot of avocado. You can mix some of the stuff in smoothies too. If you mix it with almond milk, make sure you get the unsweetened kind. Go back here. I didn't even look at the, yeah, it's like 1 carb. It's not bad at all. That's a must-have if you're looking for liquids. And then LaCroix. This is the only flavor I like. I think LaCroix is generally gross. I feel like it doesn't have enough flavor. But this one is tolerable, but it's even more tolerable if you mix it with some gin or vodka. So maybe I'll do that this weekend. I don't know. But I like this. And my husband drinks it too because he's a type 1 diabetic and he tries not to drink many sodas because he drinks diet soda. And he's kind of cut that out. And this is his fizzy thing that he likes. Bubbly, of course. I looked for Fitvine wine in the Lowe's near my house and at Target. Couldn't find it. So I'm going to have to make a trip to Whole Foods. Not happy about that. Got a bunch of different berries. And then I found this stuff, you guys. And I think I'm going to use it to try to make some smoothies. I might try to make some pancakes out of it. And if I make some pancakes that end up being pretty good, I'll let you know about it. But it's hemp protein. And there's actually some smoothie recipes on the back that are not keto friendly. But if you look, it's only like 2 grams of net carbs for 1/4 of a cup. And it's got a decent amount of protein. So it depends on, you know, this would be good for someone who's vegetarian or pescatarian and is trying to get a little extra protein in their diet. So that's good too. And then the other couple of things I'll point out, I can't live without my chocolate, but you guys, this is my favorite one because it comes in the little squares prepackaged, and each square is only 3 grams of net carbs. So if I eat like one of these in a day, not a big deal. And then I've talked about macadamia nuts to you guys before, and I know I really need to go to Costco and get the big bucket of them. But these things are magical. Every one of you guys who are actually doing keto right now, for the most part, have trouble getting fat in your diet. And I think, Alex, you talked about you wish you loved avocados because that would help. Get some of these, and you just need a couple handfuls every once in a while if you just need some extra fat. Look at these. This whole package, which is not that big of a deal, 56 grams. I don't know. You can see it's the size of my hand. It's in the baking section in a regular grocery store. There's not very many carbs, just 3 net carbs. Bunch of calories, but look at the fat. You guys, it's magical. This is like the most magical nut on the planet. But anyway, go stock up on some macadamia nuts. If you go and look in my fridge, whoop, I've still got a ton of stuff in here from last week when I stocked up. You can see a bunch of veggies still in my drawer down there. We always have cheese and pepperonis all over the place. And look, I've still got all of my cream cheese blocks up here. I haven't even made my buffalo chicken dip because I've been using this chicken from last week on salads and all kinds of stuff. I've still got some of my fruits left. I really need to throw away that cheese platter. I don't know how long it's been in there. Kind of gross. And then, you know, this top shelf is all Amos things, and anything you see in here that's not keto is not mine. I don't even know whose this is. It must be Emily's because I don't drink creamer even before I was on keto. Yeah, all this stuff is Amos's. Oh, still got some boiled eggs. I always keep these in the fridge. But you guys, you can totally do keto for not a lot of money. It doesn't have to be one of those expensive diets. I always felt like with paleo, it just ended up being so pricey when I did that for a very short period of time a few years back. But keto, you can do it for the same as or even less than what you probably were doing before, because you're staying out of that prepared packaged foods aisle for the most part. And you know, you pay for some convenience, but you don't have to pay for every convenience. All of these meals are really simple. They're all extremely delicious, rich, dense enough to really hold you over. There's just, I don't know. I can't say enough about keto and the experience that I've had with it. So again, if you guys have any questions, if you need meal ideas, you know, just let me know, shoot me a message or leave them in the comments. And I think I'm going to work on making a video. It'll take some prep time, but to really put together like what a perfect day of eating keto looks like with perfect macros and, you know, what the shopping list and the meal ideas are for each meal. I might try to do that a couple times over just so there's a variety, but yeah, let me know if this kind of thing is helpful, if it's interesting to you. And if it's not, I'll stop doing it. But I just want to throw ideas out there to you guys to keep you going, to keep you motivated, and, you know, to make you successful in what your health goals are. See ya later.